Kevin Owens, the Kevin Owens that we know, is back. A larger-than-life main event. New tag team champions crowned. The new Hall of Famer announced that he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, as well as the continuation of multiple storylines, some end moments, some controversy about the women's championship. I think I'm missing something. Did I mention Kevin Owens is back? I think I mentioned Kevin Owens is back. We'll talk about that and more after this glorious bomb.
Glorious, no, I won't give in till I'm victorious, and I will defend.
Yes, Monday Night Raw. February 20th, 2017, live from Los Angeles in the Staples Center. Show opened up with a recap of the Festival of Friendship from last week. Everybody knows that's where Kevin Owens officially, finally turned on Chris Jericho. About damn time. Very hard. Some people that it's still real to some of us. Damn it! It affected a lot of people. It affected. That's how you know it's a great turn. It was a great time to do it when people are emotionally invested in it. The show opened up, all the lights dimmed, everything black, and then it says JoJo talks and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, your WWE Universal Champion Kevin Owens." And the spotlight shines down on him, and Kevin Owens cuts the best promo he has cut in WWE, in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal. He looked more serious. He looked a little more aggressive, and he turned the heel notch from the comedic shit that he was doing to full-on savage fight Owens fight Kevin Owens that we saw when he first arrived in NXT. Talked a little bit about Goldberg. He said that he's gonna prove that superheroes do not exist, and he says that compared to me, Goldberg, you're nothing. Crowd boos, of course. He goes, as far as Chris Jericho goes, the crowd starts chanting Y2J, and he drops the mic and walks away. The lights stay dim, and he walks up the ramp until everything is done. First match of the night, well, actually, was this? I think it was before. I believe it was before. Before we did the match, we came in for a commercial. Kevin Owens was approached by Mick Foley as he's walking out of the building. He says, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm leaving." Tells him, "You have a match with Sami Zayn tonight." He tells him another great line. "You need to be careful. You're going to have more people on the injury list than you have in a locker room." Just a great heel savage line right there from Kevin Owens. I loved it. No one can tell this match, Enzo and Big Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I love Enzo and Big Cass, but their shtick is starting to get a little bit boring to me. Not maybe it's a little repetitive. It's becoming the same thing. Certified G, bonafide thug, can't you? It's starting to get a little repetitive. They need to freshen things up a little bit. Maybe they'll be motivated. I'm not saying the material's bad. It's just I think I'm starting to get used to it because it was just such a thing seeing them on the main roster. Now it's starting to wear off. It's been almost a year now, and it's starting to get a little repetitive. They turned a lot of bad shit into really good and into something really good. But still, Enzo and Big Cass win. I'm not surprised at this. I kind of think Enzo and Cass are going to win the titles at Mania instead of Fastlane. I feel like it'll be a bigger moment for them, especially in Orlando. In front of that, it's going to be a lot of those NXT people, a lot of the NXT crowd's going to be there since it's in Orlando. So I feel like it'll be a better moment for them to win it there. It's like all the NXT guys. Like Baron Corbin should win there. Bayley should have won there. A lot of all those NXT people that just work so hard to get to the main roster. They should. I don't know. I hope that Enzo and Cass win it at Mania. I hope that Baron Corbin wins the Intercontinental title at Mania. Just it goes full circle. A lot of those NXT people, NXT's in Orlando. A lot of those NXT The NXT crowd is going to be there. It's going to be really towards all those guys that are in NXT. Is going to be that were in NXT. Is going to be a little bit favored towards them. So but Enzo and Cass win. Cesaro went for the swing on Cass. Enzo jumped on him. Cesaro threw him over the top rope. He literally threw him over this time instead of hoping that he would run over it and flip over. He literally dumped him over the top rope. Cass turned into the East River Crossing and got the pin. Enzo got back on the mic. Goes, we got that kryptonite. We got that kryptonite. We got that kryptonite. And then Sheamus hit him with a bro kick. And weirdly, maybe people starting to feel the same way as I do. The crowd was chanting, "Thank you, Sheamus," at the end of this. Maybe people are getting a little tired of. Let me see if this light will be better. People were getting a little. I like that better. Okay. Maybe people are getting a little tired of Enzo's. I'll turn it back on. Getting a little tired of Enzo's stuff. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, but Enzo and Cass are number one contenders. Brian Kendrick and Cesaro supposed to have a match. Kendrick cheap shots Cesaro during the handshake, and yeah, that match never happened. Kendrick left backstage, said Cesaro has a lot to learn, and tonight was first lesson, and it was about respect. Anderson and Gallows versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns got a steel chair and beat up tag team champions by himself. Who cares? New Day is the host of WrestleMania. They defeated Rusev and Jinder Mahal. Lana revealed before the match that she stole the plans for New Day ice cream, which led to a great line by Big E. Said, "You know she's Russian, right? You know that. You know the whole thing with Russians and the hacking and all that type of stuff. You keep up politics and all that stuff. That's a current event thing that they seem to do a lot. Xavier Woods startled Lana with his trombone, which led to a very delayed reaction. It was like he blew the trombone, she stood there for a second. And then she throws her hands up and throws it right into Xavier Woods' hands. He breaks the iPad that the plans were supposed to be on. And New Day hit the midnight hour for the win on Jinder Mahal. Neville and Jack Gallagher had their contract signed for the Cruiserweight match at Fastlane. Gallagher invited him to stay and enjoy a cup of tea like proper gentlemen. Neville says that Gallagher's stereotype with the beard, with the mustache, and the jolly good fun and all that type of stuff. And he says that he's exactly what these people wanted me to be. And Gallagher said that Neville thinks he's better than everybody else and he won't stand for it. Neville flipped the table, of course, let all his contract signs go. They scuffled a little bit. Gallagher hit him with a headbutt, and Neville tumbled out of the ring. He tried to attempt getting back in the ring. Gallagher puts the umbrella to his neck, and Neville leaves. Yeah. Nia Jax beat up a jobber. Bayley came to the ring and cut a promo about her childhood and how she was a fan, and her dad was there, and Charlotte is gonna ruin the best week of her life. With some fake scandal. Stephanie McMahon comes out and said Bayley wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Sasha's interference. People like Bayley because she's morally upstanding and sincere, and it's this the way she wants to keep a title. Sasha comes out and Stephanie says, "Do you not think that she can fight her battles for herself?" And blah 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 blah. Yeah, Bayley said the title should represent prestige, not controversy, and there's only one answer to what I should do. And she goes, "Hell no, I'm not giving up this title. I've pinned Charlotte for the third time. It wasn't because of Sasha, it was because of the fans that she would fight for them and defend the title anytime, any place." Charlotte came out and apologized to Stephanie on the behalf of the women's division because they were being disrespectful. And she says she doesn't want Bayley to give up the title so she can take it from her at Fastlane. Sasha and Charlotte talk shit to each other, and Stephanie made a match between Charlotte and Sasha. Bayley's on commentary for the match. Dana Brooke tried to get to ringside very slowly. Maybe her titties were weighing her down because she looked like she was on fucking Baywatch with the way she was just jogging. You know, maybe those fucking airbags she has on her fucking chest maybe that made her slow down. I don't know. Maybe they're fucking too heavy to carry. I don't know. But Bayley caught her from behind, and Charlotte got momentarily distracted from what was happening outside the ring, and Sasha locked in the bank statement and forced Charlotte to tap. Yeah. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn after Samoa Joe attacked Sami Zayn during his entrance, and Owens just beat him the fuck up afterwards. Samoa Joe. This is what I mean by maybe a little bit of... Maybe some seeds are planted for a new stable. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Because Kevin was dressed in a suit and tie. We haven't seen that since the next week after he won the title. After he pinned Seth after Triple H basically handed him the belt. You haven't seen him in a suit and tie since then. So maybe he's siding with Triple H. Maybe this is Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Triple H type of alliance. He also had a line that said, during his opening promo in the beginning of the show. He says, "I know how to play the game better than anybody else." And he smiled as he says the game. So maybe that's a little foreshadowing that, maybe Triple H can interfere. Maybe I'll keep this belt or something. Maybe they got some type of faction in the works. There's a lot of rumors going around that Triple H is trying to make a new evolution. An evolution type stable, I should say. But I don't know. We'll see. Big Show versus Braun Strowman. Good match. I'll be the first one to say it. I'll admit, good match. I didn't expect it to be a good match. And I expected the ring to break. Ring didn't break. And it was still a good match, Strowman kicked out a choke slam and a knockout punch. And Big Show kicked out a running power slam. It was a good match, though. All in all, it was a good match. Some cool spots in here, like Strowman jumping to the top rope and then trying to jump down onto Big Show. He caught him right in the chin with the knockout punch. It was a pretty cool spot there. Strowman hitting a kip up as him and Big Show are chain wrestling is also another thing. It's like, what the fuck? He's 385 pounds. He shouldn't be able to do that. Crazy athleticism on Braun Strowman. He's improved leaps and bounds as he got since we first saw him on the main roster. On the main roster, he was totally green. So kudos to him for that. After the match, Strowman pins Big Show with the second running power slam. And after the match, as soon as the match is over, literally, they didn't even hit Braun's music. As soon as the match was over, Roman's music hit. He attacked Strowman. Hit him with 2 7-man punches, and Strowman went down. Reigns went for the spear, and Strowman hit him with a fucking drop kick. A fucking drop kick. I don't care if he got a little bit off the ground. The fact that you're 385 fucking pounds and can even get off the ground at all is fucking incredible. And hit him with the running power slam and posed over in the show. That's how the show ended, with the second week in a row, Braun Strowman standing over Roman Reigns. So we know what that means, March 5th. Roman wins. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to give you a spoiler. Dave Meltzer doesn't have to tell you this one. Anyway, yeah. That's it. That's the show. Okay show. Samoa, the end of it was better. Oh, I didn't even mention the Michael Cole and Lesnar and Heyman thing. Brock and Heyman had a backstage interview. It was supposed to be a backstage interview with Michael Cole, but it turned into Lesnar scaring Michael Cole away. Lesnar putting a chair in front of the camera, staring right into the camera, and having Heyman just talk. It was weird, but it was also dope at the same time. It was a great promo by Heyman, and it just made Brock look like a fucking animal. Just like he's looking into your soul as if he's about to fucking kill you. So yeah, we had that. We had the women's title thing. So pretty much, the first half of the show was very but with Bayley's promo, very heartfelt. Just everything about her, it's just so genuine. That You know, the whole thing with Samoa Joe beating the fuck out of Sami Zayn. The Lesnar Heyman promo, Strowman and Big Show. You know, all that type of stuff. This second half of the show was good. If this was a 2-hour show, it probably would have been really good. But they had to add fucking filler because it went to fill 3 hours. Yeah, so yeah, 3 hours sucks. And if it was a 2-hour show, it would have been a pretty good show probably. They would have had a lot of good shows if it was still in 2-hour format. But they don't want to do that. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. It was an okay show. Had its ups and its downs as usual. I'll give it like a 5 or 5.5. It wasn't a good show. It wasn't terrible. It was okay. That's it. We got SmackDown Live tweets tonight. 205 Live tweets after that, maybe, if that show ever interests any of us. NXT Live tweets tomorrow. Reviews for all those shows. Got everything. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the support. Catch you guys later. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at InternetSnarks1 for all news, rumors, and updates for everything WWE, as well as live tweets for all WWE programming.